if you were one of the ones that got sent to the Shadow Realm from part 1 banners, well, here's some shining light, a ray of sunshine on your realm of of shadows of summons right now. 50 Dragon Stones for the global version. JP's obviously already hit top grossing, and they weren't going to do it over the weekend for the global side. They were going to wait until the last minute possible, until they could sort of see if anyone else was going to hit top grossing before they went ahead and published it out. 50 Dragon Stones for us, and obviously some rewards as well will be given with it. Very excited for this one. I'm going to be putting this towards my part 2. Like I said, if you're summoning still for part 1, hopefully you get the hot blessedness. And if you're waiting for part 2, how many Dragon Stones do you currently have right now? What's good, Dokkan Ninja Turtles? Welcome back to another video. Okay, so we have obviously the top grossing, and now we have the Eza'S and Super Eza of Trunks, and now it is time to see if any of these were fumbled or not, because let's be honest, they've been the last one they sacrificed Trunks for. Oh, they sacrificed that Eza for the AGL Trunks. And but we got a good LR. So if he's incredible as well too, then that just buffs up the future and Hyper Saiyan's team like crazy, and that's going to be very exciting. But hopefully none of them actually are fumbled. Let's be honest. Let's just hope that none of them are fumbled. So up first, we do have Gohan, Kid Gohan. So Bond and Master and Disciple, 4 key to 100%. Now we have when he's activating the interest animation upon the character's entry turn, key +4, attack and defense 158%, damage reduction rate 20%. That is for one time. There's no infinite on the side of that, so interesting. The fact that that's just for 7 turns, that he also gets the launch an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack for 7 turns is somewhat limiting already. Guards all attacks for 1 turn, but that's also pretty good because depending on where you're sort of going in red zone and stuff like that, if you're going back through all these, you may not if they just can obliterate everything in 7 turns, then that's great. But if not, for longer content, you know, that's what that is. 1 time only, guards all attacks for 1 turn. And basic effect is key +4, attack and defense 258, launches an additional super attack. So that's already 4 potential super attacks. Super attacks. Duper attacks? What the fuck? It's late at night. You see the time down there. It's late at night. But so that's the first one that you get. The one in the active animation for the entrance, that's possible. And then the guaranteed one here. So you already have 2 that's guaranteed, and then the hidden potential system so far right now. And when attacking, attack and chance to perform a crit hit 58%, and HP when HP is 58% or more, and then launches an additional super attack when HP is 58% or less. So if you're below, then you get another one. So this is the game of a whole lot of additional super attacks. If you've been noticing with all the kits here lately, there's been a lot of super attacks getting involved in. And again, we still haven't seen anything about the new game mode. So I'm going to assume that if he might be butt cheeks, again, let me just say this, because I'm going to say this a lot going forward until we do get this new game mode. But if it looks like it's buns, like now in this content, remember, it might be like very good in the new upcoming game mode. So just remember that. Now, when receiving an attack from an enemy who is hit by the character's ultra super attack or unit super attack, damage reduction rate 50%. So again, you still got to get the super attack off first, and that'll be 70% damage reduction for 7 turns. Not bad. For every attack received or evaded, key +2 and attack and defense, key +2 up to 6, chance to evade enemies' attacks 20% up to 58%. And attack and defense up to, attack is up to 200 and defense up to 300%. That is an infinite. Whoa. Okay, fully built up. He might be doing some numbers. Oh, he might be doing some extreme numbers. Let's see all this. Greatly raises, so for the 18 key super attack, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy. For the 12 key right here, we see that it greatly raises attack and raises defense and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy and raises super class allies attack by 30% for one turn. And then for the active, obviously, it's still when activated when key is 18. Oh, excuse me, the unit attack activated when the key is 18 or more with an ally whose name includes Goku, obviously youth is excluded, Krillin, Yamcha, or Tien attacking in the turn. And you see there is a great chance, greatly raises attack and raises defense. I already see that right off the bat. Let's go to the second part right here. But greatly raises attack and raises defense. It causes mega colossal damage to all enemies and greatly lowers attack. Raises superclass allies attack by 30% for 2 turns. So there's your 2 turns right there. So if you don't get the unit off, you're just gonna get the 1 turn. But that's a lot of attack that you're seeing from a lot of units is doing the 2. Like they're just buffing the rest of the turn and the next turn going forward. Like there's a lot. It's almost like it's a constant sort of thing that keeps going, especially if you can get the new EXs off and stuff like that, or raising their attacks and defense and stuff. But that's interesting. And then the other one is for the Krillin. So this is for Piccolo if and Majin Buu. Yeah, and Majin Buu excluded. Uh, what is this one? Are they going to buff this one like crazy? Greatly raises attack, raises defense, causes mega colossal damage to all enemies, and greatly lowers attack. Raises. Okay, superclass allies attack by 30% for 2. So basically the same thing. Okay, I thought they was going to actually change it a little bit, and they did not. Uh, Thoughts right now? He seems very, very good. He should be putting up some numbers. I can see some areas he might struggle in, but because again, him having to get built up, which is always something that goes without saying for a lot of units that need to actually be built up, especially if you're going in with an event that's just going to go extremely crazy right at the beginning and only get harder. They're probably going to struggle. You're probably going to have to hide them until they get fully built up, and then after that, then they're going to be going crazy. And like I said, with this new event that we get, hopefully it's just redonkulous. And they shine. Like even if they're bad currently right now, or not as good or up to par for some people, hopefully they shine over there. So Turtle School, 4 key, 200% across the board. And then for the entrance over here, key +4. So one time key +4 and attack and defense 159%. Chance to perform a crit hit 20% up and guards all attacks for 7 turns. And then one time damage reduction rate 20% for 1 turn. So basic effect key +4, attack and defense 259%, launches an additional super attack. Okay, so 2 guaranteed right now. When attacking, attack 100%. When receiving an attack, defense 259%. When HP is 59% or more, and then chance to evade enemies' attacks 80%. I like when they do that. Chance to evade enemies' attacks 80% up when HP is 59% or less. Survives KO attacks up to once within a turn. I like that. I like when they do that. I genuinely like when they just put out, instead of like great chance or high chance or medium chance. I like when they just throw in legitly the chance that you're getting out of it. So if you're doing anything else, you already know you got a baseline of this. And if you're just adding everything else on, then you're just getting better at it. So when receiving a Key Blast super attack, great chance of nullifying it and countering with tremendous power. For every attack received or evaded, Key +2 up to 6, chance to perform a crit hit, 20% up to 59%, and then attack 100% up to 300%. Defense is 100% up to 200%. So that's flipped right there. When HP is 40% or less at the end of the turn, recovers 59% of HP. And for one time only, fully recovers HP. So like the healing part right through there. You always got to love that. And greatly raises attack for the 18 key. Greatly raises attack and causes colossal damage to the enemy and recovers 10% of HP. And for the 12 is greatly raises defense and greatly raises defense and greatly raises attack for 4 turns and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. So oh no, sorry. I got that flip-flop. I got that flip-flop. I think I got that flip-flop maybe for the Gohan as well too. I don't know why I was looking down below on that one. But yeah, the 12 key is the one that you're going to get for and recover. And then the 18, as soon as I read the Mega Colossal, I knew that I flip-flopped it myself. But the 18 is where you're gonna get your greatly raises defense, and then for 4 turns, your greatly raising attack. Not too shabby. I'm not gonna say like they're absolutely busted or nothing like that, or I think they're gonna be good, and I'm genuinely wondering if they're gonna be better in the new game mode. And we'll see, because right now, I mean, they look good on paper. They're not like, oh my god level, or no, like I'm not jumping up out of my seat like, oh my goodness gracious. Like I do think they're all right, and like I said, with everything that we're going to be getting, especially even for part two, um, I'm expecting a little bit of like held back, because I think this is going to be the year of holding back like EZAs, because they don't want them to be too busted, and especially in the big celebrations. So I feel like most units, not all, but I feel like most units in this year going forward are probably going to be held back when they get their EZAs and super EZAs, because they don't want those units to outshine the summonable units. I think they're kind of like doubling back on that, because they've had like a lot of units be too good, and we know they're too good, and they don't like that. They don't like that. So super easy 8, obviously nothing else sort of changes except for just the passive. So let's see what this passive, let's see if Trunks is cooking, or if Trunks got sent to the Shadow Realm, because there is a whole lot of purple back there. Uh, he might be in the Shadow Realm. We don't know. We hope not. So basic effect, key +3, attack defense 250%, great chance to perform a crit hit, damage reduction rate 20% up, super class allies attack defense 40% up, extreme class enemies attack defense -30%, Vegeta family category allies key +2 and attack defense 30% for 3 turns. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Even if you float him. So basically, like that first rotation he comes in, you get that, and then the next rotation he comes in on the third one, you still have that, and it stacks. So it's going to stack for like 1 turn. That's pretty solid. So for the third turn, you're gonna have 60%. You're gonna key +4 and 60%. That's pretty solid. Not gonna lie, that is pretty solid. That's good support. For 1 turn from the character's entry turn, damage reduction rate 40%. So I'm still seeing 60% damage reduction rate for basically the first turn that he's in. When attacking with 18 or more key spears, attacking defense 200%. So we're at 450 up there, with a potential up to 4 key and 60% damage, not damage reduction, but attacking defense, but baseline 2 key 30%. Super class, and excuse me, and super class allies are getting 40%. I didn't even factor that in. So basically, even with the whole Vegeta family, if you're running all damn Vegeta family units and they're all supers, and they're not extreme, but they're all supers, brother, man, that's 2 key and 70%, and then that's basically 4 key and 100% on the third turn. That's okay. That got even better. I don't know why my brain wasn't registering that. And basically, when you're lowering enemies' attack and defense, when you can in situations, uh, you can just look at that as like baseline to his third turn, a 4 key and 130% at that point in time, because you're lowering it by 30%. You might as well, it'd be basically about the same thing as you getting the 30% up. I'm pretty sure. But so we already got that, and launches 2 additional attacks, each of which have a great chance of becoming a super attack. Love that. When there's an extreme class enemy or all allies attacking in the same turn are super class characters, key +3, attack 200%. Oh, okay. All right. So I'm already seeing 650. 650. Okay. And like again, you see that guards all attacks and changes int key spears to rainbow key spears. So basically, oh my god, I'm pretty sure on the oh shit, he might be able to wax Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 fight. Oh man, he might be able to wax them, because that last stage is, I think it's int orbs for the bombs. And he's just taking all those in and just changing them to rainbow. Oh, snap. When there's a wicked bloodline or terrifying conquerors category enemy, key +5, excuse me, not enemy, key +5 and attack 150. So that's 800 with two categories, 800, and just performs a crit hit. I think that depending on what we get going forward, like I said, this I think that if you look in this, and I'm right, because you got to remember, if I'm not mistaken, when they did that fan meetup, that new game mode, I want to say people were talking about it was like a Frieza, like it was like a genuine Frieza boss. This might be again the situation that I'm talking about, that he's probably going to be absolutely busted in the other game mode, and he's not like super busted now, because you look down through here, people are just kind of being negative on it. But I can tell you right now that, like I said, I do think these two are okay. I don't think they're busted. I think they're okay, but they might be good in the other game mode. And I think that he's going to be good. He's got a lot of good support built in, and I think he's probably going to do a good little bit of damage, but he's probably going to be better in the game mode that we get, especially going forward, when there's going to be, like, if we ever get it, like literally wicked bloodline. So if we get more freezes, coolers, and all this stuff as potential bosses, how that's going to go, you're just going to perform crit hits, or you're going to get an extra 5 keys. So to get your ultra super attack off, and also have another 150% attack, I think he's probably going to be really good on those. But that's just me. That's just how I'm seeing it. Because like I said, I'm not expecting them to like break Dokkan or anything like that. And I think at this point in time, most people are just expecting them to break Dokkan for everything. I'm not at this point. And I'm all right with it. This is all free Dragon Stones, unless I was going to say the Super EZA, you don't really get a ton of Dragon Stones for, but the actual other two EZAs, if they don't lump these two together, which I'm having a situation where they might in my brain, I'm thinking they might just lump them two fucking together, just to not give us as much Dragon Stones. Hopefully they don't. If they don't, then that's like what, 66 Dragon Stones or so. If they do, then it's like 33 Dragon Stones. So basically, with that and top grossing, you're looking at like either like 106 Dragon Stones or so. Or no. 116 Dragon Stones, or 86 Dragon Stones, or 83 Dragon Stones. That's what you're looking at. And I mean, for an anniversary, I kind of hope that they don't lump these two together. That's all I'm going to say on that one. But let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel about this. If you're looking at these units as subpar, better than par, busted, let me know in the comment section below. I don't think there's going to be any busted. I'm just throwing that out there just to see. But I don't think there's going to be any busted. I think it might just be good. And the other would be waiting to see what the new game mode looks like, to see if they're going to be busted there. Then I might come back and rate. That's a whole line of a question, but there it is. But other than that, have an awesome day/night. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.